Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a new video on my channel where I'm discussing my trades and my trading journey towards being a professional and a profitable trader. And yeah, as we discussed yesterday, we were actually waiting until we could have an entry on gold. And the opportunity is there right now. We tapped back in towards our demand zone, and I'm still waiting for that higher high. And I was waiting to the liquidity here to be taken out, and that's actually what happened. So while opening the chart, I already had my alert over here, and I just placed my long order. And we actually want to target the 1 to 3, but I think the price will go way higher. So we're just gonna wait what is going to happen. We place our alert over there for the stop loss, and we just play one over here for a possible take profit. We're not gonna expect anything about this trade, but we will see. So the liquidity has been taken out a little bit. Maybe you can see it better on the 15 minutes. It's a bit of liquidity. It's also back in towards the demand zone before we want to set our higher high over here. We are in a small uptrend right now. So yeah, very interesting. We are still in GBP Swiss franc actually. And yeah, I expected some firework by waking up, but that didn't really happen yet. There is some GP news, but that is probably tomorrow. I also need to check on my on Forex Factory. Need to check what kind of news we have. So for me, yeah, this trade is still fine. I'll let it run. We are also actually still on this trade. Apparently, I actually kind of forgot whether we're still in this trade. We discussed this trade yesterday, and we're just gonna wait and see what is going to happen. And yeah, actually it's the same trade because we're expecting that GBP will go down, so then the euro has to go up, but Swiss franc is in generally is it's always going up. So yeah, as we see here, we just want to break this area over here until we can have a confirmation to go more far up. So might have been some liquidity taken out, but this is very internally not too interesting. We can also go back to this 50. And yesterday we also had a slight plan on USD CAD, and that's something I want to wait for. And let me take a sip of my coffee meanwhile while I'm looking and exploring this chart, because we actually waiting for this liquidity to be taken out underneath here. It's also like a small demand zone where we want to tap in, and also that we have our confirmation here because we have also a sell before a buy up here. So we already were in that zone, and the other confirmation is now to go back to the liquidity is that we are a little bit above our 50 zone. So we could also go all the way back towards our 50 zone. So later on, I just might place my limit entry over there. And I have to say, lately we got a lot of front runners. So, and actually there was something to avoid because a lot of times I place my entry where people had their stop losses. So I can imagine that people place their stop losses also over here. But for me, it's got a little bit tricky just to enter the trade over there because I got my front runners all the time. I want a big R risk reward. So maybe it is not really necessary at all to place my stop loss all the way low. So what feels maybe a slight bit more yeah, uncomfortable. Also, of course, to target this high, just maybe go in the middle of this demand zone, and then we need to look for something what we want to cover because this area is still interesting, but is that our trade? I'm not sure. For me, this is actually the highest probability, and because it looks clean, but we can also just wait whenever our trade will enter in this zone, and then we can place already our limit in this area. And if we have a strong response, we're just gonna wait until we have a market change on the way back up, and then we enter on a new possible demand zone. So yeah, I'll place this here. So maybe I will forget later on what was my plan. And then we will go to Euro US dollar, and that's actually the same as USD CAD. We're just waiting to take out liquidity above this highs over here. There's actually descending highs, it looks like so. And then we want to go all the way back more down towards this low, which for me it's a really interesting opportunity. And I might already place my limits after this daily outlook. So yeah, what else do we have? I'm actually a very big fan of Bitcoin. I trade this for a very, very long time before, and yeah, what can we are actually still down. We took out a very nice area on the daily over here, um, but it doesn't mean that also the lowest part of this zone, what we call maybe call it is a box, maybe a demand zone. We can also flush this entire zone and even take liquidity out over there, which would be maybe very, very interesting. So um, I'm not too sure about that, but I might start buying Bitcoin from this area again. And yeah, trading technical wise, didn't had anything to break over here, but we had a strong reaction on a historical price. Then we went back. We have here our last push, here push, and then a sell, last sell before the last push, and then we broke this structure. And so there is a possibility that we also will break this internal low once again, and then we will go all the way back and take out this low once more. So that's actually a plan I have on Bitcoin. And because yeah, price action looks actually clean. Um, the bear market will not be over just in one day or whatever you call it. It's just discount, guys. Just I would say buy. And yeah, yesterday we actually saw this at last. And now, right now, we're gonna take a look what did actually happen, because Australian dollar is always moving when there is night in Europe. So this is our cause of the high over here, the last push before we sell, and then we broke this area. What actually make it interesting to go more down? And yeah, this may be already a trade for today. Do we have also Australian news? This is for tomorrow. We probably will just wait until the alert goes off and maybe place our entry then. But I see just a beautiful area to trade towards too. So I might also take this one. Gold is running. Euro GBP is running. GBP Swiss franc is running. So we already in the game. And yeah, let's just wait a little bit. Um, do we have our alerts? We have one here. We have one here for stop loss, of course. We have the ones for the TP and stop loss. On gold, we have our alerts, and a USD, we have our alert. Yeah, and that is actually our plan for today. We are already in one trade, and yeah, I'm very excited for a new week, and let's see what it will bring us. Hopefully, my payout will come in the next couple of days. There was something wrong with the payment method, so I had to change it, but I'm pretty sure it's approved. I'm just waiting for an email back so I can change the payment methods again, because now I already arranged everything. So once I have it, I will just drop it here on the chat, so on the chart, and we'll be very very not happy. I don't want to let my payos mess. It's just a start, because I can remember back 1 or 2 years ago, within 2 months I was 20k funded, and I was like, I was doing so good, and it got so much overconfidence, so I messed it up so long, and after I struggled for many many years. So that's something I don't want to happen again, and I'm sure this will not happen again. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.